dump tokens en masse, triggering a death spiral. The team's fumbles would have tanked Pi to 0. Still gonna climb? Is this whole zero-cost mining thing, just a big joke? Can it bounce back and shoot to the moon? Hi everyone! So, I've had a bit of a downtime lately and I decided to check on Picoin. And honestly, the price trend has me scratching my head, and not in a good way. As someone who has been around the block with tons of crypto projects, I just don't think Picoin's price should look like this right now. I even chatted with some friends who hold Pi, and their takes are all over the place. Some say the dip is just a blip, it's gonna soar long term, but a lot of them are like, Pi is toast. I dumped all my tokens already. That's what they told me. So what's the deal? Is Picoin still gonna climb? Is this whole zero-cost mining thing, just a big joke? Can it bounce back and shoot to the moon? I'm curious. And I bet you are just as curious as I am. So I dug into some research, and as a seasoned, crypto vet who's seen it all, I'm gonna share my thoughts on where Pi is headed. So let's talk about that. And of course, if you haven't already, just subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button, click on the little bell, stuff like that, so you don't miss out on what's coming next. You can also join me on Telegram. My link is in the description just below. Feel free to DM me with questions. It's my personal Telegram account. And yeah, down the road, I'm planning to start a community, a group on a channel where we can chat about the latest crypto news, stuff like that, my video updates and all that good stuff. But yeah, you can first add my personal Telegram and contact me with the link in the description below. Anyway, back to the subject. So let me think back for a second. February 20th. Yeah, February 20th. I posted my first video about Pi, and I was right here in my garden. It was with my daughter. It was super fun to record. She was crazy with her bubbles, if I recall. Yeah, so funny. And back then, I wasn't exactly sold on Pi, if you remember. But when the mainnet launched, holy cow, it blew me away. The market went wild and the price even hit around 3 USD. I remember it clear as day. While Trump's crypto policies had everything else tanking, Pi was the only one, the lone wolf, climbing up. It was kind of cool, and it made me think, it was like a rebel with a cause. That's when a bunch of new investors jumped in, riding the hype and pushing the price up fast. So yeah, I was like observing all that, but then things cooled off. Market vibes settled down and all these internal issues started popping up again. First off, the KYC verification. Yeah, again, the KYC. And then asset migration process. It was a mess. Tech glitches left a ton of investors unable to move their stuff to the mainnet wallets. Cue the panic selling. The tech just wasn't ready, and the shaky system crushed market confidence. Then there is the supply issue. Pi's total supply is way bigger than what's circulating. When over 100 million more tokens got unlocked and hit the market, it watered down the price, as you would expect in these kind of situations. So it threw supply and demand out of whack. Big holders cashed out some profits. Of course, they have every right to do that, but it added more sell pressure and boom, price crashed from its high. On top of that, there is outside stuff too. The whole crypto market has been in a funk lately. Not just Bitcoin, but tons of major coins are dipping too. Investors are playing it safe, shifting to stable assets. Sure, some big money still believes in Pi Network's long-term ecosystem, but right now, huge sell orders keep dragging the price down. So yeah, that's why I think Pi is stuck hovering around 0.7 USD lately. So my beef is still with the Picoin team. What are they doing? I've been holding that in since the start and now it's out. If you've seen my earlier Pi videos, I've been frustrated with the team from day one. I've said it before, I'm not impressed, and I still don't get what they are up to. Honestly, Pi's made it this far because of the Pi community, not the team. And my biggest gripe, the tech problems. Maybe it's because I've been a project advisor before, but I'm extra picky about this stuff. Pi's whole pitch was, what was it? It was their amazing team, Stanford grads, blockchain rockstars, right? But it took them 6 years to launch. And even then, it's been a mess. Tech failures, KYC delays, weird node rewards, migration headaches. Every time I see another apology from the team in my research, I just get mad. 6 years, guys. You don't get a do-over at this point. No, it's disappointing. And there is something else that baffles me. Pi had this invite friends to boost your mining power thing, where you would earn more coins because of them, right? But now that it's live, it turns out that those friend boosts coin are locked. You can't withdraw them. To unlock them, your invited friends have to pass KYC. And if they don't, your coins stay frozen. That's hilarious. That's unfair. I don't understand what that is. I don't have the words for that. First off, good luck getting those friends to come back and do the KYC. Pi KYC is notoriously strict and slow. You might lose a friendship before you get through it, I mean, it's 2025, guys, and we are still hearing frozen assets in a decentralized project. That's a huge red flag for holders. If a team can freeze or mess with your stuff whenever they want, that's not decentralized, it's centralized nonsense. Run for the hills, guys. I've seen this before, like with Hyperliquid, a DEX I used to love, and I still love it a little bit, but I just dropped a video breaking that one down a few days ago, and I'll link it at the end of this video if you're curious, but yeah, it's bad, it's too centralized. And alright, if you flip it, there are some stuff that make me optimistic about Pi ecosystem shift, like after the mainnet launch, user can finally turn their worthless, mined coins into tradable assets, opening the door to real commercial use. And then the open network means ecosystem apps are starting to roll out too. People can build practical D-apps, making the Pi community more dynamic, so that's good. And then 3, you have millions of pioneers worldwide, tens of millions, and they have passed KYC already. The force, the strength of Pi is its community, so that shows there's still faith in this thing. So yeah, the Pi community has been carrying this project hard, and with tens of millions of users, Pi's got endless potential for ecosystem energy. So that's good. It could even, snag some high-value brand deals or partnerships. Imagine millions of eyeballs for ads. That's a dream for most projects, but here is the catch. Pi's biggest roadblock is the team. If they don't fix the bugs and don't ditch the overly centralized vibes fast, all the community hustle in the world won't save this project. Harsh truth. If it weren't for the community, I'm saying that again, the team's fumbles would have tanked Pi to 0 already. So all in all, what's my take? Looking ahead, there is a big thing to know. If Pi stays under $1, a lot of miners won't have the cash to keep their nodes running. Maybe not a huge deal for Chinese users, but in places like the US, Europe, Africa, Latin America, or Southeast Asia, node costs are steep. Internet, electricity, hardware, it adds up. You have to picture this. Let's say that you mine 1 Pi a day and your cost is $1. If Pi is above $1, sweet, you are in the green. But below $1, no point mining. And right now, at 0.7, 0.7 USD, it's about 23 new Taiwan dollar or 5 Chinese RMB. It's dangerously close to that, shutdown price. If it dips lower, miners could dump tokens en masse, triggering a death spiral. That's when Pi could really hit 0. But don't panic yet. Short term, I don't see wide prices swings. But to break out of this slump though, the team's gotta act fast, fix the tech bottlenecks, go fully open source. Yes, go open source, guys, and rebuild trust with decentralization. They can't just coast and cash in while ignoring their biggest asset, this massive Pi community. A solid self-sustaining ecosystem is what will drive the price long term. So that's what I see here. It's not the end of Pi yet, but the team has to do the right things. So yeah, that was my breakdown for today. I hope it got you thinking. In a few days, I'll probably drop a live video, a podcast. You all seem to love Theo, so maybe we'll hear from some real Pi users too. And yeah, if you got a different take or price prediction about Pi, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear that. And yeah, if you like this video, smash that like button, comment, share it around, you know the drill, and subscribe if you are a Pi user, because I have more videos about that coming in the near future. All right, catch you next time. Merci et au revoir.